I said, give me the key to the sword, or death and fire will rain upon you and your family until the... Hey!
Why would I give you the key to the sword? It's right here.
Welcome to NPCs of Tal'Dorei with myself, Oliver, Dungeon Master, and...
Dave.
aka Stefan the Player. Don't hit me.
Got hot coffee right here.
So do I.
We've got hot coffee here, so...
So welcome to our review and recap of episode 99. Can you believe they're nearly at 100? I cannot myself, but next week's going to be epic.
Are we doing anything special for the 100th?
Of course, we have to.
What are we doing?
Well, we're both going to be in suits for one.
You have a suit?
Yeah, I do. Well, it's probably not as nice as yours, but we'll both be in suits for next week's episode. Because, you know, it's a massive milestone. I don't think in the history of human development anywhere in the world there's been a... No, seriously, this isn't...
It's maybe like a very small indie production.
No, but to get to 100 episodes...
Yeah, it's great.
That's I think
it's not like they did 100 episodes in a row. They've done more than 100. Because they've done one-shots and they've done Q&As and all these other things that they've done week to week.
Such a cool milestone, and we will definitely be celebrating it here on the D20 Multiverse.
Yes.
However, for this episode, we're talking about episode 99, which has been quite an interesting one. This is, started essentially with, out of character, Vex giving Vax a birthday present. Some of you will know that Vax and Vex are twins in the D&D world because in the real world they share the same birthday.
Well, weird coincidence, but it works out really well when they had that integrated into the story, so it's really cool.
So it was a lovely moment right before they started getting into the game where Vex gave Vax a ring and it was inscribed and... I'm sorry, it was very emotional. And Vex...
Do you need a moment?
I do need a moment.
There's your moment.
Vex gave Vax the ring and said, never go far from me, which is something they've said to each other in game.
Yeah, from my understanding, because I like to looking back behind the scenes and basically being a little bit of a stalker when it comes to these things, Liam had gone through quite a lot of things, and the Critical Role crew and the family came together and helped him out and got him through some of the really hard times, and that's how really they bonded more. So when they give those little gifts, that's why it's so genuine, is because they've had those bonding moments, they've had time to become the family that we know them both in the story and outside of it too. It's
a beautiful thing, and we as critters love to support and send love to our family, our Critical Role family, and other critters as well. It's a great community.
Yeah, and it's good when the DM gives the time for those players to become family instead of just throwing dragons in.
Oh, there's something coming up with that dragon.
But you're not giving us time to just talk to each other.
Not yet. There will be some major downtime after we pass the first major plot point.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I think we really need that.
Anyway, spoilers for when our game is left.
It's not really spoilers, it's minor tidbits.
So, I must admit my notes on this episode are not great, as I had to leave partway through to help someone move into this flat. I'm not naming names.
What? I didn't even... You had it still on you. You had it playing in the background in your pocket. And also, it didn't take me that long to do. It was literally 20 minutes of a 4-hour stream.
I'm really just grasping for excuses here. Can we swear? Are we allowed to swear on YouTube?
I blank it out.
Okay. Essentially, this episode started with them going to clear out the mine that what's his name? Koshard had tasked them to clear out because he was losing revenue on this operation, as there were creatures that were impeding the work.
Yeah.
And because Vox Machina, Tyrion Darrington and his family are 230,000 gold in debt to these guys, they pretty much had no choice but to go along and do his bidding. So they. Previous episode, managed to kill the scary, weird baby thing, which was a creation of the chat.
It wasn't an infant celestial or something?
Yeah, infant celestial. It was terrifying. Anyway, on the way out, there was a whole bunch of these little critter things. There was essentially a huge...
critter.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that. There was like a huge tunnel, and they were all adorned the walls, and I think they were using the spell Fly, or some variation of that, to travel through, and had decided that, let's clear out a few of these. So Kiki fires Fireball which just lights the place up and kills quite a few. I thought that was quite a nice little moment.
It's the easiest way to get out of a situation, just light it up.
Yeah.
That's what I found in my games too. So just light it up, seems to fix any problem.
Yeah. I'm not sure what this pertains to, but I do in my notes have written Pike, you badass. She clearly did something cool at that point that I did not elaborate on. But the party, yeah, we love you, Pike. Anyway,
she probably did something better. She normally does. There was a flame something. I'm pretty sure she did something. She cast a spell, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Remember, it was a real badass spell.
Bow before our preparedness for this week's episode.
Yeah.
Then they get back to the tavern to talk to Koshard. And Koshard initially is just like, I don't believe that you've completed the task. You've only been gone for like 4 hours. And Vox Machina is just like, boom, that's right, motherfucker. And he was quite impressed. Grog...
They sounded a lot cooler than that.
Yeah. Cool's not really my strong suit. Forte. Yeah,
Forte.
Not really. Not so much.
Yeah. Well, it sucks now because like now when I do the banter, you instead of laughing, you just go with it.
Yeah.
Now I just feel bad doing it.
That's fine. I'm actually ridiculously confident. Far more confident than any man should be. Essentially, in my head, I'm God of the universe. Anyway,
Get through this.
Grog, as soon as he gets back to the tavern, is asking for his crush, his performer crush.
I'm glad he went back to that.
Yeah, Grog, you're adorable. We love you, Grog. But she wasn't there, and Grog kind of like tried to swallow his emotion.
Was she dead like you did in our game?
Actually,
Our Goliath went back and tried to find someone, and then she was dead.
Slight spoiler: Milsa's not dead.
No.
You guys assumed that she was, but I never said that.
Well, because you said she wasn't here anymore. And the way you would say someone was dead, like, Ollie won't be here next week.
Okay, now I'm scared. Koshard essentially says, there's no way you managed to clear that mine out in a couple of hours, I don't believe you. And he calls over a mage in his company that works for him. And the mage casts, it was quite a beautifully descriptive moment by Matt Mercer. I thought one of his strongest kind of storytelling bits of the whole episode. Just the way he described this scrying spell that Koshard's companion had cast to check the mine. Essentially goes into some kind of trance-like state and comes back and confirms that yes, Vox Machina, even though it's only been a few hours, has managed to complete the task.
Because they're awesome.
Basically, don't underestimate Vox Machina ever, because they are badass and they will.
They are gods unless they're jumping off a cliff.
And turning into a goldfish and splattering on the rocks. Kiki, what were you thinking? Anyway,
no. We're never letting that go, Kiki.
No, not even one episode. Conversations begin between Tyrion Darrington and Koshard.
Yeah, I think that was awesome. He pushed his luck so much.
Literally, the first note I have is Terry pushes his luck.
It's just one of those. He should have. It's one of those quit while you're ahead kind of.
Yeah. So essentially, Koshard's like, "Yep, sweet, the deal's been fulfilled." And Tyrion
I'm not done yet.
Yes. Actually, there's a few more provisions and provisos I might want to add to this contract. And Koshard bemusedly kind of, in that classic Mercer style, folds his arms and leans back. That's one of Mercer's signature moves, I've noticed.
He has a lot of signature ones, but you don't really notice it because of how much extra shit he does.
Yeah.
I should stop.
Like, yeah. We're swearing. If anyone is offended by our swinding, if anyone is neither of us can just talk at all today.
No,
if anyone out there,
I've got real potty mouth today.
If anyone out there is offended by our swearing, please, you can write us a note, just a small complaint, what your concerns are. Wrap that up, put it in an envelope, throw it in the bin, fire, anything like that, out a window is fine, perfect. Let's get on with it.
It makes good toilet paper.
Yeah. A little bit of that. Yeah. So
didn't really need to act that out.
I just realised that. So, Tyrion Darrington...
How does toilet paper work? Oh yeah, Ollie said, there you go, that's how I do it.
If we have any viewers under the age of 3, that was very helpful. So Terry pushes the crap out of his luck and just throws in some more provisions. Then he rolls Persuasion.
Yeah.
And does not roll so high, and uses his fate dice from Battle Royale.
I'm surprised he used it so early.
I was like, dude, that's luck essentially. That's a reroll on anything. You could use that.
Or maybe he's planning not to be around anymore.
Well, see, that's the other thing that gets brought up towards the end of this episode. But we'll get to that in a sec, because the next thing that happens, in my notes at least, we see, and this is quite exciting because I love this movie, Napoleon Dynamite comes into play. Very exciting, very cool. I expected him to have tater tots in a small bag on his belt.
He's not actually Napoleon Dynamite.
No, he totally is.
What's his real name?
Napoleon. So he comes into the game.
Josh Heder. He deserves respect.
Yeah, no, that's
you
true.
You imagine doing one role, being only known for that.
I don't
and
need
no
to
matter
typecast
what you do, everyone knows you as Napoleon Dynamite. And your name's Josh.
As an actor, it's one of my greatest fears being typecast. You want the world to see your range.
Well, he's on Blades of Steel. He was on Blades of Steel.
He's a badass. He's awesome. Most of you will know him from Napoleon Dynamite.
He was Napoleon Bullfrog in Ninja Turtles.
There you go. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But he comes into play. I always love guests. I don't know how they get these celebrity guests.
I think it comes because I do know that Sam Riegel does a lot of voice acting directing, so he directs a lot of the stuff like that. And I know Josh Heder does a lot of voice work nowadays, so he probably might have met through there.
So we got to see what Josh Heder is like in an D&D role playing kind of setting. His character in game was not too dissimilar to Napoleon Dynamite.
No.
Kind of a simple but quirky interpretation.
I didn't know whether he was playing that up or whether he was actually just as lost and that's like confused.
Yeah.
But he seemed to know what he was doing, and he had Sam there to really help him along.
Yeah.
It was funny at times too.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was definitely good. So yeah, we enjoyed seeing Napoleon Dynamite play D&D, which is just one of those weird oddities that seems to occur in our universe sometimes. But yeah, it was fun.
The Tome of the Duck was weird.
I don't know what it was with all the duck stuff. It was odd.
Like a weird duck fetish.
I think he's got a bit of a duck fetish.
Yeah.
But hey, man, we're not judging. You know, each to his own.
I mean,
don't touch ducks.
Don't touch ducks inappropriately.
No.
I mean,
you can pat them, but
like get them off your lawn, but don't.
Yeah. There's no need for advances towards...
Don't light candles and invite them to your room.
No, exactly. Donald Duck was only loosely based on fact. They're actually not that sentient. we can cut that, right? That was just weird.
We are including that. DuckTales coming soon.
So, Napoleon...
You know what's funny about that?
Yeah.
Sam Riegel's directing that. Well, like, he's doing the voice acting like that. That's why he's always late, because he's going to the DuckTales stuff.
More information there on Critical Role people. This guy knows everything. I don't know how he knows this.
I just have a lot of free time.
So do I.
I have a lot more. I've been trying to get you into more shit.
It's true, and you will eventually.
Yeah.
So after some intense conversations and Napoleon Dynamite doing some Napoleon Dynamite type things, Josh Heder. Does some cool stuff. The next major plot point of this episode was when they go and meet and talk to what I've got written down as Big Dude. Essentially, slightly better worn, black moustache. This guy comes down to talk to Vox Machina. They were searching for Big Meat, which is his name.
But there's two Big Meats.
Yes.
So basically they had the Big Meat that they had, I think, fought against in the past. Mm-hmm. But also this Big Meat is a separate, different one. Yeah. And they were intrigued that they were using the same name. Yeah.
So they discuss and talk to this guy who I think was pretty interesting. Mercer's voice for this dude was quite cool. It was quite unique. I don't think I've heard something too similar to that. Which I don't know how after 99 episodes you're still coming up with unique voices, Matt Mercer. But you are God.
He's a voice actor. That's what they do.
He literally
professionally.
I
don't know how you do your job, but you do it.
So at this point, Vex, in classics kind of hunter distrusting style.
I think it's just Vex style.
Yeah.
It's not really hunter anyway. Like, I trust people. I'm a hunter.
Unless they slap you or talk about cubs.
Yeah. Kill them.
So,
you have to bring up the cubs. Anyway.
So Vex rolls insight and we get Matt Mercer whisper. And the great thing about this was after he whispered into her ear, there was like this smirk that she was wearing for the next like 2-3 minutes, just sitting there biding her time. I know what's going on.
Do you think she straight out sees Scanlan? Or he sees Scanlan?
No, because I think there was a moment a bit later on.
Well, why was she with the cheek
smirk? Well, because she knew that there was something that this guy was providing some kind of illusion, and she was just like, But then there was a moment where she clicked, and you see her kind of her smile broaden, and that's when she realizes that this guy is the mob boss. Big Meat is Scanlan Shorthold. This was the crux, the emotional turning point, the big plot twist in this week's episode. And it was
keep in
great.
mind they haven't seen each other for a year.
Yeah.
Because of the year jump.
Yeah.
And it made sense now why they kept on mentioning Scanlan, like keeping him, you know, in the audience's consciousness, you could say.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very odd because now Terry and Scanlan exist in the same
world. And not
well, not the same world. Obviously, they already exist in the same world, but the same like location. How is he going to play that?
Well, essentially that occurs a bit later on. So Scanlan reveals himself. He reveals his illusion, and he talks only to Vex at this point. He reveals himself to Vex. The rest of the party go back to the tavern, I believe. And
they're in the tavern with his tone dark guy.
Yeah, Vex goes to talk to Scanlan. Scanlan attempts to use modify memory to make Vex forget that he's Scanlan. I thought that was incredible. Essentially, Scanlan, such a huge part of Vox Machina, has disappeared for a year or so, and in that time become a crime lord, an overworld boss.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing.
But I just, when we got to see him, you know, further down the track, he wasn't the same Scanlan that I knew. You know, he had changed. And when he tries to cast Modify Memory and essentially erase his tracks and leave Vox Machina again, I must admit, I was a bit heartbroken.
I think I've heard it.
I thought Scanlan, these are your travelling companions. You know, you guys have a bond strong. You fought, battled monsters and saved towns, traversed the world. Are you really going to turn your back on that to become wealthy and powerful? Is that really what Scanlan is about?
Well, that's not what he did it for. I mean, he did it for his daughter, and they just essentially just fell into what they were doing.
It's true. It's true.
He didn't go, I know what's a good idea.
Yeah.
Becoming crime boss and becoming rich and shit. He was with his daughter, and they were hanging out, and then over the course of it was only 6 to 8. It was 6 to 8 months or something that they rose to power because they just started doing it together. I mean, Meat whatever? What was it? Meat.
Big Meat.
Big Meat. I think.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Big Meat is actually isn't it his daughter? What's his daughter's name? Kaylee. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah. So I suppose that's the motivation.
Yeah. So I'll probably disagree with you that like it's not him against characters. I mean, he was getting to drugs before that. He was doing all that stuff, but I think he's not ready to go back to that yet.
Yeah. So there was a nice moment there. Unfortunately, the rolls did not allow Scanlan to modify memory. They essentially roll equal and then roll again, and both roll natural ones. And tumble over each other, fall over, and that's always fun.
Them slap. I mentioned natural ones are just like that. And slapping them, just doing it so badly, you just fall over.
Yeah, that's essentially what happened. So then Scanlan comes back to where the rest of Vox Machina is, including Terry, and Mercer essentially says to Scanlan or Sam Riegel, "Well, you're playing 2 characters in this scene." To which Terry says, "I think I want to go check on Dodie." Fair enough, though. Essentially, Matt Mercer said, "Welcome to my world." At this point, trying to play 2 different characters.
That's very true. I mean, I didn't think about it that way. I was like, yeah, Matt has to do that all the time.
I've seen it more recently. Matt just doing a conversation between 2 NPCs. What do you know? Yeah, but no, it's not a little. But
I think it's a bit harder for Sam because they don't have 2 unique voices or distinct voices from each other.
Yeah, they're pretty similar.
Yeah, so it's quite hard to kind of flip backwards for knowing which one's which. It's going to be interesting going forward because it does feel like he's going to have to pick.
Yes, that's what I want to discuss. We'll wrap up this episode by talking about exactly that. What A, what do you want to happen, and B, what do you think will happen? Scanlan or Terry? And leave your comments in the section below. Description.
Oh, description.
No. Leave your comments on who you think, A, who you think is going to stay, and B, who you want to stay.
Yeah, I don't know, because at first I would have always said Scanlan. But after getting to know Terry, I'm just like, he's not a boring character. I mean, it took a while to warm up to him, but you now realise he's just a very showboaty guy that has no reason to showboat, really. And I find that really entertaining because He's kind of like Hyukyo from Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's the one that, I've done all this. Like, no, you haven't.
Yeah.
No, you haven't. We all know you haven't.
So you reckon you'd like to see Terry stay? It's tough. It's a real tough question.
I think where they are as characters right now, it makes sense for Terry to stay over Scanlan.
Okay.
It would be awesome to see Scanlan stay, but I think we'll go through a bit of a period where they are trying to reform their friendship with Scanlan, so he will be on the outskirts for quite some time.
So here's my thoughts on this. I totally agree. I think for the next block, Terry should stay. However, Scanlan Lover, I reckon Scanlan should be brought back in a moment of dire need for Vox Machina. Essentially, maybe they get trapped, manacled, facing death, and then Scanlan and his underworld friends come in to save the day. I think that would be cool.
Or there's a transporter accident just like they had on Star Trek, and the two characters merge together.
Yeah, Terryland, or Scan.
I mean, is that plausible? And in the world of D&D, could two characters be like molded into one? Can you imagine the Scarian?
Scarian, yeah.
Scarian
or Terryland.
Terryland.
Yeah. That's possible. Maybe we'll see some.
What race would he be? Because
be
like
three.
Terry, like a gnome and a human.
Yeah. Short human. I don't know. Either
a
a short
dwarf.
human or a tall gnome. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be really cool if that happened.
Yeah. Okay, so that's our review and recap of episode 99. Next week is the big 100. We'll both be wearing suits. It's going to be absolutely crazily awesome. So look forward to that. We may have missed some things because again our notes weren't great this week. We apologise, but it's fine.
I mean, at the end of the day,
we covered the main points.
We're mentioning things that stood up for us.
Yeah.
And we always put the link to the particular episode in the description below. So we always recommend you guys watch it. We don't want people to come here and have a word for word recap because it should be an experience, just like any medium that you should watch by yourself.
But if at any point you miss an episode and you need to catch up, or you need like a refresher because you can't remember what happened last week, this is where you come to.
Exactly. So next week we'll find out what's going to happen with Scanlan, what's going to happen with Sam's choice, and really what's going to happen next in the 100th episode.
What does the 100th episode have in store for us, Matt Mercer? Knowing you, something epic. Thanks for watching NPCs of Tal'Dorei. That's myself, Oliver Dungeon Master, and
Dave.
Have a good one.
Bye.